Hey guys, throwing this on, this video I kind of put together for TJ, but something really cool happened today. I got on the last medicinal video, I got a comment by Moutainside Herbs. Those are the people who I buy the seeds from. And I didn't even put an attachment. All I did was put in the comment box, the link to their site. So I was really excited. It was cool to have a correspondence, and which is even better, and I'm going to put it below, they have their own YouTube channel, obviously, since they were commenting, and lots of different videos, which I can't wait to watch, so I'm going to share that with you guys, so check them out, and start buying your seeds from them. It's pretty cool, pretty exciting to know that they have a YouTube channel. I didn't even know. So let's turn this page and get this thing rolling.
I want it back.
Okay, so this is some of the things I've scaled down the gardening down to pretty much this because I have had no time at all, and throughout my yard different flowers like chamomile have spread naturally, based on the plan that I talked about, where I planned out where I'm gonna plant the different seeds and let them grow just on their own. But here I'm just showing you one of the self-watering planter that I bought last year. I plan on getting another one of these, but as you've remembered, I got pretty much hammered in taxes, so I was paying for all the people that do not work for a living, and so this is one of the results, only being able to buy, I used this one that I got last year. Now, I did add netting over it. This is just regular garden netting, and it worked. I have had absolutely zero diggings or any other things that happened last year, which I assume were squirrels and chipmunks. And they seem to have left it alone since I put this netting on. So that's good news. What I planted here, and part of the reason why I also went low scale, obviously very low scale here, since this is mostly the only thing I planted as far as gardening is concerned. Now I still have my wildflowers and all the different medicinal type plants that I've planted from last year coming back, including in the backyard, but I just want to focus on this and show you guys the book. I know TJ was asking me specifically which book or which books I use for medicinal identification, so I'm going to show you some of those. But basically what I did here, I made this little strawberry patch here, which is doing very well. I think I got a little strawberry poking in over there. And this will come back every year, and this will probably end up becoming nothing but a strawberry patch, which is fine. That'll be great, and I'll have my own little personal strawberry growing here, and it's just been blossoming. I threw a basil plant. Basil is one of my favorite, not only medicinal properties, but one of my favorite seasonings, and this thing is just exploded. It's just amazing how well it's, hold on. Reasons why I wish I can move further away from civilization. I planted carrots along the line on the side, which most of them are doing okay, except for this little corner area. They're coming up. I haven't been quite successful with the carrots. And I have a little line here with behind the basil, which hopefully it doesn't hinder too much the sunlight intake. One of the problems I did last year, my harvest last year, I had a much bigger garden and had nothing to show for it, as I will show you right now. Let's flash back to last year, shall we? This is it, man. This This is the extent of all my labor. And the weird thing is, I mean, I don't know what the heck happened. Usually I do good with cucumbers, but they all came out looking like this. Like some kind of radiation style cucumber. I don't know what the heck. I mean, unbelievable. My carrots, the same thing happened last year. This is like the biggest one I have. I mean, look at this. I'll tell you, this is why I prep a lot of freeze-dried. So I guess you guys can see what failed gardening yields. So I didn't have the time at all this year, by any stretch of the means, because of the change of jobs and the nature of the new job. I don't have the time. And I was on call every other week, and I made the mistake one time being on call and doing gardening, working all day, busting my hump, and then getting called out at like 5 p.m. for an outage. I was exhausted and filthy, and it was just a stupid thing to do, and I vowed never to do it again. So since I was on call every other week, you guys can do the math. So this is the self-watering. I'll put the link of when I put this together below as well for any of the new subs, and it's really awesome. I mean, you just fill these, you open these up and fill them. In fact, I have to add more water because this little bobber should be up further, so that means this needs more water. But it keeps the soil consistently damp, and this thing has worked beautifully. A little pricey. I think this thing ran me somewhere in the neighborhood of $300, but hey, it's fine with me. It's paid for itself over and over again, and very convenient. This is something I planted that I'll replant elsewhere. Now this is just some of my herbs in pots, just using pots. And this has just flourished again, came back very strong, and it's mint, and mint is very durable, and this is chocolate mint. Yeah, it's really good, and mint, obviously, people know is good for digestive systems, and it's got calming effects, and why it's always used in teas. And this one tastes awesome, right off the cuff. Good stuff. I mean, you could start really slow, and I've had to scale back. I was going like really hard with the gardening, but I have to, I can't get too crazed thinking I'm with lost time. I just gotta learn to pace yourself, and that's the thing with prepping, is you gotta pace yourself. You sometimes, I know Pop Prepper mentioned that, where you have that, sometimes you go into panic mentality, and you gotta pull back the reins. You got to do what you can do with the time that's given, and then trust the rest in God, as far as I'm concerned. At least as far as the way I am. I put the rest in God's hands, and that's it. I do my best. Let God do the rest. That's the motto of my channel. But so I'm gonna show you the couple of the herb books that I have. Okay, so this is really, TJ asked me to go over this. So this is the main book I use. So I'm just going to really show this one in particular. I mean, I use this consistently. It's the one I use the most, so this is the one I'm going to show. And it's got not only just drawings, but the actual photographs, which I think are, a lot more helpful. Right off the bat, I like it because it has the photographs. It's not just sketches. And a lot of the guidebooks have sketches, and I want to make sure that I know what I'm picking or using is what it actually is. What's great about this is it goes into some of the understandings of herbal remedies, and it really gives a little bit of a background. It goes into safety and qualities. And what I love about it is it gives you dosage guides based on some of the things that you are going to be using. And this is just so awesome. And they categorize it A, B, C, D, M, and T. What each remedy is going to be used for, like T for topical application, M, take product at manufacturer's recommended dosage. You know, it gives you the dosages per day, max. Gives you cautions. I mean, this is just, I don't know, I've used this consistently. And it shows you, let's say, we'll go to oats, okay? Everybody knows about oats, right? And it tells you about the oats, tells you about what parts you're using, because some medicinals, it's not like the whole plant, it's only the root, and then the flower could actually be poisonous. You have to know all this. This isn't something you could just jump into, and you got to kind of take your time. Another thing that I like, it gives a star rating on each one of the medicinals that you're using. Safety, traditional use, how much research has been done on this, which I thought is a great additive, where there's some medical background testing on it. How you can do it, infusion, tincture, or a capsule. I mean, this to me is one of the must-haves as far as medicinal books. I mean, I have the field guides and those, but I tend to go to this one. That's why I'm only going to show this one. I go to this one more than anything else, and this is what I would personally recommend. So it's Visual Reference Herbal Remedies by Andrew Chevalier. I'm not even sure. Now, I've shown this in one of my very first videos, or the very first year I was doing videos. I still use this book today. That's how I'll actually link. I know, TJ, you've seen this video, but for the benefit of other people, I'll link the one where I film the actual herbal little rock garden that I made, and I use this book to do it. And this one is great for giving you ideas on how to plan out your growing scheme. It gives you, the pros and cons of different ways to grow. Not only just medicinals, but gardening. And this book handles everything, but this is one of the books that I reference when it comes to gardening or anything as far as growing medicinals or of that nature, or, like I said, planning out what I'm going to do as far as my growing. But it actually covers everything, and this is one of my absolute favorite books that I ever bought. It was definitely worth it. It was one of my early plannings of of my yard, what I was going to do as far as planting. And that's it. And then the other book. Most preppers know this one. I got it about a year ago. Yeah, it was part of actually my Lazy Gorillas book reviews, but I haven't gotten to that number yet. Doom and Bloom Survival Medicine Handbook. And this is also just a chock full of info that you can use hand in hand with your medicinals, and it's just excellent. I mean, it's a really good book, and it's not one. This is not one of your picture varieties, really. It gives you some pictures, but they're kind of black and white, and that's really not the means of this book. It's not meant to give you visuals. This is just packed full of info. So, and I use this quite often. It's really good. Lots of great ideas. Now, I have a whole slew of videos I did a while ago on herbal remedies found in your kitchen. I'll link those in the comment box for the sake of the new Mojo pin subs. So like I said, this channel, goes back and forth. I share my prepping with everybody, but it's not solely just a prepping channel. But here and there, I'm going to throw up my prepping stuff, and there'll be certain times where I'll do more than others. So, I hope this helps everybody. Hope, TJ, this satisfies you. Do your best, let God do the rest, and I'll see you guys later.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.